Welcome to the Listening Platform, where we slow down, reflect, and ease into meaningful conversation with ourselves. I am Guru Subramanian Swaminathan, a coach for life. In this space, we are embarking on a journey to listen deeply to the stories of ordinary people living extraordinary moments. Because I strongly believe that moments become memories with just a dose of intention. So take a deep breath, lean in, let's listen now. Welcome to the Listening Platform. Thanks for tuning in again. Today we have a very special guest, Rohit Gupta. He is the founder of Veg Spoons. We haven't covered about vegetarianism or about food community, etc. in our podcast till now. So this is the first time we are going to cover this segment. So I'm really pleased to have Rohit Gupta in our podcast as the first person who is going to speak about this. What we will do, we will have an introduction with Rohit first, and then we'll start off with our questions. Welcome, Rohit, to Listening Platform. So happy to have you here.
Thank you so much, Guru, for inviting me to the Listening Platform.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to share with you the journey about the Veg Spoons, how it all started and what we are doing. I'm sure that it is going to be very exciting conversation.
Absolutely.
So looking forward for it. Thank you for invitation again.
Thank you. So what we'll do is that we'll start with your introduction first, if that's okay. I mean, personally, I ask our guests to introduce themselves so that you're comfortable in introducing whichever way you want.
Sure. So I'm Rohit Gupta and I'm working in the IT industry. So I have a spouse and 5.5-year-old daughter. We moved to Australia in June 2021. So it's already been 4 years.
4 years, okay.
Yeah. So I'm working in IT industry for more than 16 years now.
Okay.
And building a community, doing the networking is one of my hobbies that I truly enjoy.
That's really good. Really good. I know you're the founder of Veg Spoons. Now, in terms of Veg Spoons, I would like to understand why name Veg Spoons, number one, and what does it imply to you basically?
Yeah, so it's a very interesting question. When we moved to Australia, so I was trying to create a community but because we were very new to Australia and that was the COVID time, so we were not able to connect to the people because of the restrictions and the other things. And whenever we used to go out, we were looking for the veg food options. Then I found that there are no specific Facebook groups or communities around it. So back in India, I used to run my NGO called as Khushiyan, and the tagline was Connecting Helping Hands, which I started in Bangalore, but I continued it in Delhi NCR from 2014 until 2018 mid.
Okay.
And so I had the experience of building the community, bringing on board the people and working for the causes. And being new to Australia, and when we couldn't find the veg options or not having the enough contacts to the people, so I thought, okay, because I want to do something for the community and for the cause, so why not we create our own community?
Okay.
And so my birthday comes on 20th of April.
Okay.
And that was the day I was thinking, what can I do for the community? And then I thought, okay, because my daughter was 1.5 years at that time. Okay. And then I thought, because she will grow up in the Western world, she will always have the influence from her friends, neighbors, colleagues, and others. So if we build our community of vegetarian and vegan food lovers, not just the Indian food, but it can be any cuisines, then
global vegetarian.
Yeah, it can be like global, especially when we are overseas. So these kids will always have that ecosystem in the mind. And so that idea just stuck to me that, okay, let's create a community for the vegetarian food. And so the key thing today is, whenever we name our community or whenever we name our business brand, it is not just the name that it has to be appealing, but we also have to be very mindful of the future.
And what does it mean? Like future means?
So future means, let's say we are building a brand or we are starting a small community and we are giving some name to this. Okay. So there are many names which looks like very appealing. But if this community grows or the brand becomes bigger after 5 years or 10 years, are there any other businesses, any other communities which also have the same name? Are we able to get a website .com on the same name, .com.au on the same name?
Okay.
Are we able to get our social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn on the same brand name?
Okay.
So I was very mindful, whatever the name I give to this community, this name should be present and available on most of my website domains and the social channels. So I spent a couple of hours, and then VegSpoons is the one which was available on all the channels. Being veg in the name, it was very implied that it is related to veg stuff,
vegetarian,
and the good thing is it was covering both vegetarian and vegan.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and then spoons, because we eat vegetarian food,
correct,
so our spoons are always veg. So yeah, that's how we got
it's an amazing thought, right? I think as we grow up, or if I want to put it in a different way, as we age, we always think, what is that I can give it back to the community?
Yeah.
I think that's a very, very noble thought you got thanks to that, and then you have spread the wings to Australia also. Now, did you migrate directly from India to Australia? Did you travel anywhere else? How does those experiences help you to start this?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So primarily I have worked in India,
Okay.
But I was in South Africa for 1 year.
Okay.
That was 2012. I was working for a government project over there.
Okay.
And then 2018 and we moved to Singapore for one of the logistics company to work for, and that was 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then from Singapore we migrated to Australia.
Okay. All right. So you have got a bit of experience across different communities actually.
Yeah. So
and how these communities had an impact on you to start and promote the Veg Spoons here?
Yeah. So when I was working in Bangalore in India, so Bangalore is a cosmopolitan city.
Yes.
And being the IT hub, people travel across from the different regions, different cultures. And being bachelor, like we had very less hobbies or interests to follow. So I started following volunteering work.
Okay.
So I connected with iVolunteers, an organization. And then over the weekend, I used to visit child age homes, elders care homes, of course, with the other volunteers and other social organizations. And then there was a Bangalore trekking club, BTC. It was started by 2 guys. So I used to go for hiking. So actually that gave me the encouragement that when we meet different kind of people in different communities and those who have different hobbies and interests, it helps us to connect to them. The second thing is, when we are working in IT, mostly we are confined in a very small space with a limited set of people, and mostly we always discuss or think about the technical aspects or very related to our domain. However, on the weekends, when we are connected or when we are meeting the people from other spheres, then we are just ourselves. Because
that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so we can just express what we are truly. We don't need to hide ourselves. And I think that just gave me the encouragement. When I traveled to South Africa, then most of my colleagues, we all were bachelors. So we used to have a lot of trips, celebrations. So there also it helped me that if I want to go to some places, instead of going alone, why don't I make the trips with my friends and with others? Okay. So we can enjoy more time, we can explore more areas. And of course, it is also a strength when multiple people go together. I think all these things in the past encouraged me that community building is not for self. Actually, this is for the whole community.
I think something you have realized very early in your life, I would say. That's really great. Just in case for the audience, right? I think I have been part of Veg Spoons community meetup at least 3 or 4 times. So that's how I came to know about Rohit. What I can say about Veg Spoons is, right, it's just not a food community. It's sort of like a table where strangers meet and then we leave as friends. So that's what typically Veg Spoons as a brand has done till now. And that's why I thought, okay, it should be known to many other people across the world where what Veg Spoons is. And that's the reason why we are having this podcast itself. On the note of the weekend, Rohit, like about the hiking, our first guest was Suchindra.
Okay.
And Suchindra has established a great hiking community in Sydney.
Oh, wow.
And probably a group has like 500, 600 people actually. And now he's no longer in Australia. He has migrated back to India, but the group still survives. And then many other people take the initiative to organize the hike, and it's still in progress actually. So there's a lot of hikes happening every other weekend, I would say. So if you want, I can add you there and then you can continue your hiking hobby.
So why don't we actually plan a potluck picnic with the hiking? So let's
we'll explore
hike
that.
and then enjoy the food together.
That's a great idea.
In some nice nature place.
Absolutely. Certainly we can explore that. Now, when you started Veg Spoons, there's always an anxiety and things of like when first gathering. How was your first gathering? What happened? I mean, what made you believe that people are actually going to come when you put out the posters? Any interesting background stories which people don't know?
So it's very interesting. So I founded Veg Spoons in April 2022. So over the few months, so initially when we started the Veg Spoons as a Facebook group, it was more about like people asking where can we go for like chole bhature to have the dosa or have Gujarati snacks. People are recommending the food businesses. People are asking about the recipes. And then I realized that just online discussions is not enough because we are still not connected as a community because it's all virtual. So why don't we organize something where people can meet in person? And then we realized that okay, in India we have so many celebrations, programs, and we have the whole range of buffet and the food which we are missing. So let's start with the potluck concept where every family brings one item from the home and share with others. And then I was discussing with some of my friends. There are already some organizations or some groups who do regular potluck picnics. So I reached out to some of them. Hey, what are the guidelines to organize the potluck picnic? Now, why guidelines? Because I have been told from the day one that in Australia, always follow the rules. If you are organizing something, then you are liable for it. So we cannot just take anything very softly. We have to be very, very careful on what we are doing and what are the risk areas. So I took at least 4 months just to be very confident that I can organize the potluck picnic. And what are the risks associated there? How do I communicate to the people? So the first potluck picnic we did was in Bungariri Park near the kids play area, and I think 10 or 12 families came. We had created a Google form, shared the link in the Facebook group, and then they turned up. It was a very nice picnic. Now what was the learning? Like a couple of families came a bit late, and the kids got very cranky. So my learning was that no matter what, we should always start our food at the time which is most suitable for elders and children. So like if generally we do our picnics in the afternoon time, so we keep the starting time at 11 a.m. and then no matter what, at 12 p.m. we start our potluck.
So that's a great learning. I think it's synchronizing with the lunchtime and even in the weekends actually, right? That's really good. Now, in terms of people come and they share food, number one. What else happens in these meetups? Can you give around? I think probably you have done 15-20 meetups till now. Maybe more than that actually, right? I think you have arranged for a big 300 people event also basically. Can you share what people tell you about Veg Spoons?
Sure. So we have done two kind of meetups now. So one concept is potluck picnic, where the families meet in the public places, like we have done in the parks, we have done on the beach, and we have also done in the Waragamba Dam. And in this potluck picnic concept, people bring their homemade food and then share with others. Now we don't know what people are going to cook and what are the ingredients, what are the dietary requirement of the people, and what if they have any allergies. So generally I create a Google form and the people register over there like what food item they want to bring and what are the ingredients and if they have any allergies and what are their dietary needs. And after this I spend some time to update the sheet, and then if no details are available, I ask the people now if they have any allergies and those allergens are available in any of the food items, then generally I send them the email and the WhatsApp message that hey, please don't consume these food products because they have these allergens. If someone have dietary needs like vegan or Jain, no onion, no garlic, then I also convey to them that these are the food products which you can consume. but all the time you should be responsible to always ask before the consumption. The second concept is food meetup. The concept of the food meetup is we have very wonderful vegetarian and vegan food businesses in Sydney.
All right.
Starting from serving Indian food, then fast food, street food, sweets and desserts, and different type of food items across the suburbs. So the food meetup concept is to plan a time, generally on Friday evening or Saturday, Sunday, and then we as a group go to that food business, and we order our food and we enjoy it together.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like kind of a networking because you are meeting some new people.
That's
Second
right.
is to exploring a new food business. And third is to promote that food business to the wider community by sharing our feedback after the event.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, have you seen any trend of same people coming into multiple meetups, or let's say people drop off, new people come in? How do you handle it personally as a person who is organizing all these events? You see a dip, sometimes it goes up basically. What keeps you on this particular community event and then ensures that you continue working on it? So what's your background support you have?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So yes, of course, we always have up and downs because I generally try to shuffle the days. Like sometime I organize the meetups on Saturdays, sometime on the Sundays, and generally if it is during the festival time, we might have lesser number, or if these are the long weekends. So yeah, of course, like because there are different circumstances, we can have up and downs. Secondly, it is also depending upon the location. Like if we do at a place which is more accessible, more closer to our residential areas, then the turnout is higher. But if we do it at a place like, for example, a mountain, dam, or a beach, or a bit farther place, then the number would be a bit lesser. But the objective of organizing the potluck picnics is not just to have the higher numbers. The objective is also to explore some new areas. Because if we have to eat the food, we can do it in any park. But what if we go to a new place? So we also appreciate the beauty, and we also learn about some new places. Like recently we did it at Waragamba Dam. I think in 23 we did it at...
Waragamba Dam is quite far, right?
Yeah, it's like 1 hour, I think 20 minutes from Katoomba. We did it at Avoca Beach. That's in Central Coast. Last year we did it at Kung Fai Chase National Park. That was on the Christmas Day. Yeah, so basically we want to explore the new places while enjoying the food and meeting the new people. Generally, I have seen 30% people continue, while remaining are always new. And that's because everyone has the busy schedule.
That's right.
So depends like if it's working for them or how far is the...
Is it only for Indian community, or is it like open for anyone?
So right now it is mostly for Indian community. It's not by the intention. It's basically because we started the Facebook group, and most of our Facebook group is Indian community, because the food meetups we are doing is still mostly in the Western Sydney. And whenever we circulate the registration form in our WhatsApp group and Facebook group, generally we get the enough registrations within few days. But I have plans to reach out to the wider communities. So going forward, we will be listing our potluck picnics on Eventbrite, the event management platform. We are planning to organize the food meetups with some of the vegan restaurants like in Newtown, in Cabramatta. Cabramatta has wonderful Thai and Buddhist restaurants. Then in Newtown, it's a range of vegan restaurants across all type of cuisines. In fact, a couple of months back, we did a food meetup at Soul Burger in Newtown. Yeah, so they have a whole range of plant-based burgers. And really tasty and just amazing.
Excellent. Now, I think probably it's a right segue to delve into two more subjects which I want to cover. One is for the community. So basically, as a user, I can come and participate and explore the food and meet new people, get new connections basically. So that's probably we have covered a lot actually. What is it for the business? Does business get any benefit because of VegSpoons? How does that transaction work actually?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Yes, of course, members do a lot of networking and they are able to connect to the people. But then it also means that it also helps the food business.
Okay.
Because in Facebook group, when people ask like, hey, we are looking for the catering options, or let's say the Shara is coming, and in Gujarat and Rajasthan, the combination of fafda and jalebi is very common.
Okay.
A lot of people ask a very standard question: where will we get Delhi style chole bhature? Where can we get Diwali snacks and sweets? Or let's say on Onam or Pongal, where can we get the meals? Now we have Karwa Chauth coming in few days, so where can we get the meals?
Okay.
So when people discuss about these things, then other people are actually recommending them the food businesses, so that directly benefits them. Second is, when we organize the food meetup at the food business, generally we plan it like 2 weeks in advance. Throughout the time we are advertising about the food business, even if, because of course not everyone can join you in the meetup.
Absolutely.
And we really don't want that also, because we just prefer to have 15 to 20 people.
Correct.
To have a small group. But throughout the time, because you are advertising about a food business, so people come to know about this, and whenever it works for them, they do visit.
Okay.
After our food meetup, people write the Google reviews, they write the feedback, or they recommend it to their friend or the other circle.
Okay.
So that also advertise the food business.
Okay, got it. And for the community or for the business, is there anything charges they have to pay, or is it free for both sides? How does it work?
Yeah, so when we do the potluck picnic, then definitely there are no charges. But now, because we have been paying for the shelter, disposables, and some other things.
Okay.
So if we feel like, it is better to have some contribution from the members, then we keep it like $5 per person or something.
Okay.
Just to cover the expenses for the picnic, if at all we are booking a shelter. If there is no booking, then we really don't need to ask any money, because members are already preparing their homemade food with so much love, commitment, and the devotion. In terms of the food business, so when I started Veg Spoons, I was actually working very hard to spend my time on social media, reaching out to the community, advertising the food business, and then spending more than half a day in organizing the meetup on the place, and then putting across the social updates later on. So, but there were no charges because we were still building the community and everything. But as you know that the time given to any activity on the weekend is the time you are taking from your family or from your rest time. So now we have started charging a very small amount, but that is just to ensure that yes, that business is also committed to it, what we are doing. Whenever we do any food meetups, the members who comes, they all pay their own bills.
Okay.
And business generally offer them a special discount for the food meet.
That's a wonderful, right? I mean, even if it is like a 5 or 10% discount, makes a lot of difference as an user for me actually. Do you discuss with the business in terms of the how much is the percentage and things like that, and pass it on to the community, right?
So basically how it works is, like, I generally plan my quarter.
Okay.
Like how many times I want to do the potluck picnic, what will be the preferred places, and how is the festival time, and how many food meetups I want to do, and then I start discussing with the food businesses. I generally prefer to do the meetups in different regions. So let's say if one food meetup has been done in Blacktown, then second would probably be, let's say, Newtown or Parramatta, or maybe like Hornsby side, so that the people from the local region are also able to join us. Not every time really they have to drive long.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
Yeah. So once we have a draft plan, like how next 2 to 3 months looks like, then I reach out to the corresponding businesses that hey, in Veg Spoons we kind of do these activities. Most of the time they have already heard about Veg Spoons, so the introduction becomes a bit easier. And then we look at the dates. If they are already very busy on Saturday and Sundays, then we try for Friday. Because if the food business is already very busy, and if our group member comes, let's say 15, 20 and 25, and if we are not able to get the seats, then we generally avoid that. Because people are coming from far, and then they have been looking forward for this. Everyone is excited. So we try to find out the time slot where we can have our own space. We can all sit together, enjoy the food, do some gossips, and just do some networking.
Okay.
And once the date and the place is finalized, then I generally ask business that, because we are going to advertise it and more number of people will come, why don't you offer some discount?
Okay.
So generally it is like 10%, 20%, or they give some complimentary beverages or snacks.
Okay.
So it all depends like how business wants to attract more people.
Okay.
And also make it a good experience for everyone.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think you did touch upon this particular point, but you keep saying we. So what is we? Like, do you have a team with yourself? Number one. Number two is, you did share some information about the background work which you do and things like that. But what is one or two things which the people around should know about the invisible background work which you do?
Okay. Yeah. So like when we do the food meetup, it looks like it is a 2-hour food meetup.
Okay.
Whenever we meet at any food business, but like starting from the planning, going through the discussions, like creating the event on the social media, sending out the emails, and then people come up with with questions, clarifications, and answering those. And then most importantly, if the turnout is less because of different reasons, then I spend more time on advertising it, reaching out to the communities. And then I know, okay, if my contacts are staying in the nearby suburb, then I reach out to them as well, so that it helps the business. Because when more people come and when they have a good experience, then they carry the experience back, and then they help in spreading more words about the food business. Now, if the event is, let's say we are meeting over the breakfast buffet, and it is for say 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Mostly I will be there by 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
1 hour in advance, and I will only leave say 1 hour after the last person has left.
Okay.
And that is because once I reach there, I want to ensure that seats are properly there, we have the space, then I can send some updates to the WhatsApp group generally I create for the food meetup.
Okay.
If anyone is struggling with the directions or need any information, then I'm available over there. Then I can talk to the staff also. And I generally prefer to send some pictures to the WhatsApp group, so that it keeps the excitement. Okay. And if anyone is planning to just cancel at the last moment,
at least they'll see and come back.
So they have like one less reason to cancel it.
Okay.
So I remember we did one food meetup at RRR Dosa Express.
Okay.
They are in Marsden Park, pure vegetarian food truck serving authentic South Indian cuisine food. And that was the winter evening time. So of course it is going to be very, very cold. And then one family was planning to join us, but then they thought, oh, because it's a food truck, there will be no sitting, it will be outdoor, and we just can't stand in the cold time.
Correct.
But when I shoot a very simple video that, hey, this is how the space looks like, it is all covered, we have like sitting of more than 40-50 people, at least 2 families turned up, those who had not registered.
That's good of you, right? I think that's really an invisible work. Probably I would say which is least appreciated, because nobody knows what happens on the background actually. Thank you really for sharing that.
To organize one food meetup, spend at least 15 to 20 hours in total.
So the next question I asked was, you said we. So do you have a team, or you're an individual person doing all these things?
No, like my wife is supporting me in many ways. And generally when I say we, it's not because of the being an individual or a team. It's because when I do something, it's because the community is giving me that encouragement. So for example, I organized one food meetup and only 2 people turned up. Then I organized the second food meetup. Again, only 2 people turned up, even though both the time, let's say 10-15 people registered. Then third time, I would be very disappointed, because first of all, people are doing the registration and then they don't turn up without even informing me. Second, I am giving my personal time to do something for the community, to do something for the business. But when everyone is supporting, like business is supporting, people are supporting, then so I think it's like a team.
Correct.
So they are giving me that encouragement and motivation to keep doing this. Many times, they are like our backbone. So whenever we do the potluck picnics, there, they help in doing the setups, or they just coordinates. Even if few things are not in the place like we thought of, are very full, they have like a lot of patience, they have the understanding, they look after the things. So that's why I say like it's not me, it's we who are doing it together.
It's really good to know. Thank you so much for that. Now, in terms of the digital Veg Spoons and the future of Veg Spoons, is there anything you want to?
Yeah, so I'm so excited because you just can't rely on a Facebook group for a very long time. Even though Facebook group is very nice because it's connecting the people, it is giving the reach to your posts, but there are some challenges. Like, first of all, you cannot organize the information. Like, if you want to see some post which came like 1 year back, you have to really search for it. There is no way that you can properly organize the information. Second is, when this is a festival time and when food businesses wants to have more outreach, then it becomes very difficult. So I realized that we really needs to have a digital platform where we enable the information to be categorized in a proper way, which is easily searchable by the public. So we have recently launched our website, and we are really proud of it because I have been thinking about it for more than a year. Yeah. So on our digital platform,
what is the website? VegSpoons.com.
So VegSpoons.com.au. And basically we enable the food businesses to create their account. And they can add their food business listings, and it is a very seamless experience. And only after they submit the listing, there is an admin approval, because we want to ensure that the foundation of Veg Spoons is we are only recommending the food businesses who are pure vegetarian and vegan. So admin do kind of a check based on the ABN number, based on their website, social media links, like what kind of food are they offering, and if they are aligned as per the platform terms, then we approve the listing, and then immediately they are live. Which means that now people are able to search those food businesses based on the location, based on the cuisines that they are serving, and based on their category, like are they looking for a caterer, food truck, restaurant, desserts, tiffin services, or maybe like a pop-up stall or a snacks parlor. So and we have started this primarily from Sydney, but we have the plans to reach out to the wider communities in the other metro cities like Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, Canberra.
I remember, I think we added from Canberra, right? I think there is a restaurant called Rasam Restaurant in Canberra.
Yeah,
I think
so in Canberra we have Rasam Restaurant, then we have Sankalp. Sankalp is a pure vegetarian there, and it is by Shalin Shah. Rasam is by Mr. Ranga, running pure vegetarian restaurants. Then there are two more, like one is Chatkas, one is Jai Bhavani. I heard that a couple of new food trucks have come up. So what really happens is when we visit Canberra or we are traveling there, if we do Google search, hey, list down the pure vegetarian restaurant, it's very difficult to get, because in Google we do have the option of finding the cuisines that they serve, but it's not like, is it a vegan or a pure vegetarian, not just an option.
That's the differentiation.
Yeah, so through the website they would be able to find out. Second is last week we have also rolled out a new feature where these food businesses can promote their running offers and deals.
Current run offers.
Yeah, so like there are food businesses who have regular deals, like if you come for a dine-in on Tuesday and Wednesday, let's say in the evening hours between 5 to 7 p.m., which is like a low footfall, we are offering you 20% discount. Or if you order for the food from our website, we will give you 20% off if the order is, let's say, above $50. The food businesses who are closer to the academic areas like universities or colleges, generally they have a special offer for the students. There are some restaurants who are very renowned for the caterings. So sometimes they have the catering special offer, like family pack or bulk packaging,
40
those
people,
kind of
50 people and things
so
like
today, if you are following their social media channels, then you might come across those deals. Otherwise you may not know. Through our platform, now these food businesses would be able to add the offers and deals, and then people on their tips can just search for the location and find out what are the running deals, offers, and how to avail them. So it helps people to save the dollars. At the same time, it helps the businesses to connect to more community, increase their sales, have higher footfall. So it basically helps everyone, being us as a platform, community to the people, and then to the food businesses.
What's the community size we are looking at?
So in our Facebook group right now we are approx 10.5k.
Okay, that's
10,000 plus.
That's a big number, right?
Yes. That is what really encourages that so many people really loves vegetarian food.
Okay.
And they really want to explore more options, and we are very hopeful to reach like 40,000, 50,000 as we grow to more cities, especially Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, and Canberra.
Okay. Wish you all the best for that.
Thanks.
So there is one thing which I came across while I was trying to research about yourself and Veg Spoons and things like that, which came up very strong, which I want to share with you also, is it about the community building. Mm-hmm. It says that the community building changes the builder too, and it teaches the patience, purpose, and also the presence. Now, looking back of what you started at Veg Spoons, what is that you have learned by building this community, and is there anything you want to share on that side?
Yeah, so this experience have been really amazing so far, because when I started building this community, then I just had a thought, okay, we will just discuss about the veg food, where to find it, and maybe meet people in person. But then over the time, I have realized that people are truly appreciating it. So whenever like I go somewhere, and I think like often people meet me that, hey, are you Rohit from Veg Spoons? And then and
right?
Yeah, it's like really
There's an
amazing.
identity.
So thank you so much for running this group. We are following you. Sorry, we are not able to join you for the picnics for personal reasons, but thank you so much. We always follow the recommendations by the group members, and we truly love it. We hope that you keep continuing it. So for example, like 2 years back, I visited Bald Hill in the Helensburgh, and then I was there with my family. And then there were like two couples. I asked the couple, hey, can you please take a picture like for myself with my family? And they said, hey, you are Rohit? I said, yeah. Oh yeah, we know you. And similarly, like I visited Woolworths and others. So it really encourages us that our brand, our work is reaching to the people. And we have always heard good from them. So that is really nice of them. And that is why we want to keep working on this, because we cannot really get the results on day one. So for example, we have just launched our website, and because of the very peak festival season, we are trying to reach out to the food businesses to add the business listings, and we can help them in promoting them, but they are running really busy. Through this community building, I have learned the patience. You cannot really run behind something which is not going to really happen. So have the patience, keep doing the work, and keep learning from what's going on, and whatever we do next, then implement it over there. So like while the peak festival season is going on, in parallel we are working on some cool features that we are going to deploy to the live website like after Diwali or so. And every time we do some events, we have something to learn, and then we try that, okay, next time we will improvise on those aspects.
Excellent. I mean, amazingly, you have covered certain points about being patient and then following up at a pace which is comfortable for others, like so giving space to them to do their things and then follow from yourself. Thank you so much on that. I think probably I have last one question or a statement, I would say, right? It's about the identity which all of us search for, basically, right? If you're in Australia, you try to associate yourself, if you're from wherever culture you're coming from. If you're an Indian, you want to be associated with the Indian community. If you are coming from like Mexico or Latin Americas or Europe, first thing is like, okay, where is my community I can belong to, basically. What Veg Spoons has done is, for the community, it has given a particular identity, basically. So I belong to Veg community, I belong to the vegan community. I think that's what probably Veg Spoons has done for many people. I'm sure many of the users would have shared this with you. So that's what I thought. It's something which came up to me immediately. I thought I'll just share it with you. Thank you so much. I think probably we have covered everything what we wanted to cover.
Yeah.
But if there is one thing probably for the audience, if they want to be part of Veg Spoons, what is that 1 or 2 steps they need to do?
Yeah, so if you are planning to join Veg Spoons, so on Facebook you can search for Veg Spoons, and then it will list the Facebook page, Facebook group, so you can join them and then you will be part of the group, so you will get the updates. Also on vegspoons.com.au, the website, you can register and you can create your profile personal, and then you will be added into the subscribers list, and whenever we send our next newsletters you will be updated like what new food business listings have been added on the platform, what are the running deals and offers, and what are the upcoming events, and all the things which are happening in the city around vegetarian, vegan food community and businesses. You will stay tuned. So, and looking forward to welcome you all to our Veg world, and yeah, very proud to have you being there.
Thank you so much, Rohit. Thanks for all your time. It was a very good sharing of information for all our audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Guru. It was very, I think, very insightful discussion. You did really good research, and I would like to say thanks to you and the family for joining us in the food meetups and the potluck picnics, and it is always being a pleasure. Wishing you luck, good luck for the next podcast.
Thank you.
They are very insightful, and thanks for bringing us to this platform so we are able to share our thoughts with a wider community.